desert around Las Vegas seems dry and empty and perhaps dull for some people, but these patches of lighter color that you see are bottoms of lake bottoms, and the lakes were full of water during the Ice Age, and for a long time people lived in very lush environments around here. There are a lot more people in this area than you'd imagine, and so what I want to talk about is finding sites that you can where people lived by spotting the residual stone tool flakes that are lying on the ground as a result of the stone tool making. I know a little bit about this because I've been here. I'll show you. I know this spot well, and I can tell you that what you're seeing in these darker spots, and even in these slightly not as dark but also darker patches, are stone tool flakes, which I want to tell you what their characteristics are. You can see them from the air, and you can see them from the ground, and I've seen them from the ground, and the characteristics are this. It tends to be sort of translucent where it's there, the patches of lithic debris, and they tend to be patchy, except in places where water wasn't flowing. And this is a very dense patch of lithic debris. I'll show you something that came from there if you look down. And I've received comments from people that what I'm looking at here is called desert pavement. But this is not just desert pavement. A lot of the flakes of rock in this darker drift, if you like, are from conchoidally fractured nappable material. And on foot, these patches are full of worked edges. You can see it. So I want to talk about the characteristics. It's not just patchy, it's also sort of forms ripple marks because these things are displaced downhill by water, and I'm not sure what the physical phenomenon are that sort things out into bands of ripple marks, but let's go look at another place nearby, which really illustrates this pretty nicely. And I want to say that a lot of people won't believe that there was that great a depth of time or that large a number of people that they could have left such huge amounts of debris lying around. But I think you just have to think that through. And not only what the likelihood of finding a stone flake is, but also in that spot, you need to think about why was it there. Here, for example, a brook, a big river actually, is emptying into a small glacial lake, and the edge of the glacial lake has been covered over by, silted over by wash that has also displaced the flakes that were on the surface there. That's what you're seeing here. I believe this is lithic debris. I think if you go down the valley here, you find a nice place where obviously there's another real patch of high concentration of lithic debris there and a lower concentration around it. In fact, as you look here, you see a brown stain along the edges here, which I believe that's where the lake shore was, or in this case, the river shore. And you wouldn't believe that these glacial lakes actually, that there's a bathtub ring of human involvement, all so much here that you can't really distinguish it from geology. But if you look closely, you can, and that's what I'd like to do in this little series of videos.